Can someone explain what I'm missing in the current Israel-Hamas situation? So while acknowledging up front that I am probably woefully ignorant on this, what I've read so far is that 1. Israel has been withdrawn for occupation of Hamas for a long time. NBSP. 2. Hamas habitually fires off missiles and other attacks at Israel, and often does so with methods more civilized societies consider barbaric, launching strikes from hospitals, using citizens, etc. NBSP. 3. Hamas launched an especially bad or novel attack recently. Israel has responded with military force. I'm not an Israel apologist. I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. But it seems like Hamas keeps firing strikes at and attacking Israel. And Israel, who voluntarily withdrew from Hamas territory some time ago, which took significant effort, and who has the firepower to wipe the entirety of Hamas and possibly other aggressors entirely off the map to live in peace, is retaliating in response to what Hamas started again. And yet the news is reporting Israel as the one in the wrong. What is it that I'm misunderstanding or missing or have wrong about the history here? Feel free to correct or pick anything I said apart. I'm genuinely trying to get a grasp on this. There is a long history of conflict and resentment dating back to the partition plan for Palestine and the 1947-1948 civil war in Mandatory Palestine. This is embedded in the region and no war will change that. Just propagate the hate. A ceasefire is not the solution. You are correct in your assessment. Israel could fire nuclear long-range missiles and destroy Iran tomorrow. But they are trying to be civilized and are restraining themselves. What you are missing is that for many people the mere existence of Israel requires it to lie down and pretend to enjoy whatever Palestinians want to do. For others, Israel needs to lie down and pretend to enjoy so they can feel warm and fuzzy sleeping at night. And if Israel has to deal with affects multi-generational terrorist agitations, then that's the price that they are willing to let Israel pay. In 2005, Israel relinquished control of the Gaza Strip in pursuit of peace. After some fighting within Gaza, in 2006 Hamas, the internationally recognized terrorist organization, took control of the Strip. Today 51 of Gazans support Hamas, even though this is around the fifth time Israel has had to respond with a military operation to retaliate against attacks coming from the Strip. They have brought this violence upon themselves. Hamas wants to kill Jewish people because that's what their version of Islam tells them to do. Palestinians are being held captive and separated by Israel settlements. The Palestinians need to get their land back and they would be happy. Unfortunately, the only way Hamas will be happy is if they are all dead. What you are missing is all the literature on the subject that has been documented quite extensively. Read a book for once. I think people anticipate that many multiples of people will die in the coming weeks. I think when all is said and done, maybe 25,000 Palestinians will die, a third of which will be children. And Gaza will be physically devastated and will once again become a breeding ground for yet more terrorism in the future. People have not learned or have forgotten their history. I talked to my daughter about how it was divided in the 1940s and how Palestine lost the Gaza Strip. There are also some religious artifacts in the area that both groups want to control. Israel has a right to be where it is. From what I have read over the years, I don't believe Israel or Hamas want a two-state solution. They fight so much over there, just can't get worked up over it anymore. I do have sympathy for people on both sides. Living in a war zone must be terrifying. Simple answer: the leftist idiots want to support any non-white person because they are racists.